basketball's small, fellas. Like, we talk, my best friend might be a D3 head coach, and you might be getting recruited and you're blowing him off and you're disrespectful, then he hits me up and I'm, oh yeah, I know that kid, boom, boom, boom. So you got to build relationships and be a genuine person.
The culture, you know what I'm saying?
It's a special edition right here.
Yo, Spicy.
Talk to me.
Every episode you say it's a special edition.
Not because it gets, this is the first time ever, so it makes it extra special.
All right, good. All right, because every episode you say, yo, it's a special edition.
Nah, but we never had a college head coach, general manager,
/ GM
ever on the show.
Ever.
From an HBCU, from Jersey, if y'all don't know.
Yeah, let's not forget Jersey.
So now, when he come recruit your kids, it's tri-state area. Coach Greg is with us, Hampton University.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. Always good to be back in the Northeast, good connecting with you guys. I really appreciate being on the pod, man. To be able to represent Hampton, that's always a good day.
Because this is your new role.
Yeah, it's my new role. Associate head coach, general manager, so you're playing two different fields, right? Kind of like you alluded to earlier when we were talking, you're trying to navigate that NIL world, you're trying to recruit, you're trying to scout, you're trying to do a lot of different things. So I would say, 3 different points would be, you got to be focused on recruiting, you got to be focused on the NIL, and then you got to be focused on managing the noise with the head coach and the agents of the world, or the NIL piece, stuff like that. You're really trying to focus on letting the head coach and letting you do kind of manage that noise. I think that's the biggest transition coming from just being an assistant at Siena,
From Georgetown, from Siena, from Providence.
Via, you gotta say via.
I'm just trying to make them understand how this journey went.
Yeah.
From a D3.
Yep.
Fairleigh Dickinson. Florham, right?
Yeah, Florham. Yeah, FDU Florham. You got it.
Then you got JV at Benedict's.
Yep.
Then varsity. Number 8 in the country.
For sure.
Ain't cut no corners.
How is that journey, and how can you tell kids? Because it's always 2 sides of the basketball world.
Yeah.
Everybody think they got to be a basketball player. But how did your journey as a coach, starting from high school teams, going D3 to Division I, how was that?
Yeah, it's been, every stop has its purpose, right? And no matter what you do in life, but you have to have a plan. Just like you guys wrote down this podcast, you got to have a plan, you got to execute it. So in my head, when I graduated from being a manager, my plan was get around the most talent I could, because I didn't play college basketball, right? So I didn't want to go and be a GA immediately. I didn't want to go be a video guy immediately, because I didn't want to be 30 and have been GA, a video, an ops, a special assistant, and maybe I can get bumped up, maybe I can't. And someone look at me and be like, you're not connected to players. You haven't coached. You haven't done anything of that, right? So my first stop being at Benedict's, that was important to me, being around Jersey, being around New York, being around the culture of this type of basketball, because it's just different in the Northeast, right? So if you're topped in, if you're tied in, you could always have a job in basketball. So that was important to me for Benedict's to get that stop. And then just working my way up from there, I didn't want to cut corners like you guys said. And I wanted to take every single route. D3 taught me wear a lot of hats. High school coach, wear a lot of hats. Just like you guys run a ton of events, you got to wear a ton of hats. You're not just doing one thing. That prepares you for the next thing, right? So for me, just every stop of the way, and then eventually kind of working my way into Division I when I was 27. I was a little older GA, if you will. Ed Cooley gave me my first shot. Shout out Coach Cooley.
Definitely.
Love him. And just got exposed to basketball at the highest level in Division I. And then was able to go to Siena for a couple of years and then link back with Coach Cooley. I did no basketball at Georgetown. I'm the first one to tell you. I did no basketball. I was straight helping them with NIL and Coach Fox with NIL and driving them to all types of board meetings, but it was the most important probably year of my career, because with the landscape of what hoops is now with NIL. I got a front row seat on every call listening. He taught me a ton about building a program and where NIL is going. And then ultimately being able to follow Coach Thomas, who was at Georgetown, to Hampton, and build something that was a little bit down and build it up now at a HBCU, one of the best HBCUs in the country.
Make sure you tell them that. People forget, it's one of the top 3 HBCUs.
Yeah.
I don't know why people think it's not, but it's definitely top 3. But to piggyback off what you said, the journey, how locked in you gotta be for that?
Yeah.
Because like people like some people getting opportunities, some people really grounded, but what's that kicker like? You gotta be like, what is it, a 12-month thing, 8-month thing?
Yeah.
7 months, just all year round.
I would say, I mean, it's no different than the podcast world, right? Everybody wants to be big on the podcast world, right? But if you got a vision, you got a dream, people are coming for you. Like we work in a profession where there's there's less than 400 Division I schools in the country, right? But let's round up 400. Say there's 3 assistants on each staff. Now there's 5, but go ahead, give them 5. So there's 2,000 jobs in the world to be a Division I assistant.
It's not a lot.
So you better work hard. You better work hard. That's the price of admission, working hard. And then you got to be creative. Then you got to be strategic. So like being locked in, I would say you got to be locked in, 365. I'm not saying, there's sleepless nights, sure, but like I'm not acting like, oh, don't sleep, don't do all this. Like you got to be strategic with your grind and stay healthy and all that. But at the same time, you got to do things that people don't want to do. That's the only separator. Whether you're a player or a coach or a podcaster, you might not feel like coming here today. You might be tired, but this episode could go viral, who knows, and now you get put on. You don't know. So you got to be locked in every single day. Would you agree?
I agree with that.
100%. Staying locked in.
Staying locked in.
But it's always a message that me and Spicy and the team always try to get across. Like we just don't always laugh and giggles. We want the message to hit some. It might not touch the kid. It might not get to the cousin or the uncle, but we just always want that message so people are like, oh, is that easy? No, it's not easy, but you got to put the groundwork. Like them stops you making, one stop at a time. You ain't go from D3 and straight to Georgetown. No, you had to stop, Sienna, stop, before you get to the prize. And now with this new role, I like the new role for you.
I appreciate it.
I like the general, because you gotta. The ship is in your hand.
Yeah.
Like if it's one person outside of the head coach, the ship is in your hand.
Right.
Now with the new role, because this is your first year in that new role.
Yep.
What's your expectations for the year?
For the year, we want to win the championship. We want to be
go right straight to.
We want to be the first HBCU to win it in the CAA. There's no confusion about that. I have the best boss. I'll say this to anybody. I have the best boss I'll probably ever have, and the best boss in college basketball. So like and our staff wants to do a great job for him because he allows those kids to be themselves in a world that people really don't want you to be yourself sometimes, right? So like he allows them to be themselves. He gives his staff autonomy to do their thing. So like we want to work hard for him. We want to work hard for the program, for our administration, our president, our AD that are pushing, us to be a staple in this CAA. We don't just want to be every year 14, 11, 12. Like we want to come win it. So for us, man, it's getting to the NCAA tournament. That's our goals aren't going to change. That's our goal.
NCAA tournament. That is so fire. Imagine Hampton right there. And then we going to say, this episode going to drop. Y'all make the NCAA tournament. Don't worry. We're going to be in the files. We're going to make sure we post that one. Because you called it.
That's our goal, man. That's our goal. Why should we think small, Shouldn't think small. And win it in D.C., If we can win it in D.C. around a heavy alumni base.
That's kind of like that's like an extra home court advantage, no?
Yeah, it's a home.
Yeah. Our alum definitely show out for that. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, they show out for that.
That's like a home court advantage.
Yeah, so they do a good job. I think
tournament in DC, couple games, win those, get a good seed because the seeding.
The seeding
this year. I'm cool. We was cool with this year.
Yeah.
Fourth ain't bad.
Yeah.
Last year was disrespectful.
Last year was disrespectful.
Four is like top tier to pack.
100%.
That's not bad
for sure. And in the CAA, the 4 you get the double bye. Right?
Yeah,
so
right
like,
away. Yeah.
So like that's obviously a significant advantage. Everywhere else you're trying to win 5 games, 4 games. Like if you could just win 3, that's an advantage, man. Like
being projected at 4.
Yeah.
Too high, too low.
Nah, I mean.
'Cause I know y'all just like us. Like y'all know y'all reading, y'all looking.
Right.
Y'all get a little attitude. Why they got us too low, too high. So it's 4 good. Because I know, of course, everybody want to be 1 to get all the votes, but 4? For me, I don't think 4 is bad.
No, I don't think 4 is bad. I think the preseason stuff, you got to keep your guys humble still, though, right? Like, you got to keep them humble, and like, we don't have necessarily maybe other things that the other programs in the league have, right? Whatever. So for them to respect us before, that's cool, no problem. But you still got to come through Hampton, and we're gonna play tough basketball. Going to play inside out. We're going to rebound. We're going to defend. And that's how we're going to get wins. That's what it is. And we have an older group. We have 7 dudes that are seniors, 5th years, or 6-year dudes. So we purposely did that when you're talking about the new role and whatnot and navigating the portal. Like, we purposely, strategically wanted to stay older. And then I think the number one thing to being good is retention, right? If you can keep your editors or keep your, your camera guys, it's and have that bond in that group chat. It's no different than a basketball team. They know your systems, they know your plays. All that stuff is huge, especially in an era where everyone's gone after a year, right? So retention is massive.
Talking about gone in another year. CAA, y'all been putting out a lot of high major portal kids. So how is that as the GM now? Because you probably have a kid for like 1 or 2 years. So now when you go look at this kid, what's your major pitch you tell him to come to Hampton?
High school kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're looking at a high school kid, number one, non-negotiable, our coach is like, can this kid be a high major guy? Our head coach came from Providence, came from Georgetown. Is he capable of playing at a high major? Even if it's 6 minutes, right? Like, we want to recruit a high major guy. But if I'm walking into your place, I'm telling you, hey, if you think you're that good, great. Like, we do too. Come to Hampton, show that you're that good. And what you just said and what you just said earlier, look at the dudes in our league that were that good and where they went, right? So I talk about this all the time. I talked about it the other day. If you're getting recruited by a high major, right, and the high major offers you $180,000, say, right? That's a lot of money. And say I only offer you $40,000, right? The naked eye would say, I'm taking the 180. I'm out of here. But what if their budget is $7 million? And then what if you do 180 divided by 7 million? That's like 2.5% of their company. So that's what they believe in you. So if I give you 40 and my budget's 300 or 400, I'm giving you 10. I'm giving you 10, 12%, right? So I believe in you. It doesn't mean I'm going to play you, but I believe in you, right? So that's what I'm saying kids got to look at in the opportunity to play. There's no, but you guys know this better than me. Like, there's no other better factor than playing experience that will get you to where you want to be. So come to Hampton, play 16, 18 minutes a game as a freshman, which go do your fact checks, see how many dudes played last year, 17 minutes a game as a freshman. Not many. DJ Johnson for us did. And he averaged like 8 points and 4 rebounds. And now you have the best thing that anyone could have. You have momentum in your career. You have leverage. You have everything, right? And DJ came back, so so the sellers come here for 2 years.
Shout out to DJ, because
shout out to DJ.
People don't understand 8 and 4.
Yeah,
those are numbers. That's not like that's
6,
not
7.
that's not like it's like especially we not about to act like 8 and 4. Like, what's 8 and 4?
No doubt.
No, 8 and 4 is some good numbers
as
a freshman.
For sure.
Kid that's 20 years old,
That's
19
experience.
years old.
That's experience, man. Yeah.
That's what coaches go in the portal. It's like your experience.
Yeah.
You're a freshman. You played already, so I know you know the experience
know
of
what
being
it
on
is.
that court.
100%. So that's our pitch. Come here, play, and then you see what happens in our conference if you do well. You're gonna elevate, or maybe we have some money, you like it, and then you stay. Maybe we can graduate you in 3 years, get an HBCU degree. So now you've got connections in. We're heavy in Atlanta, we're heavy in the DMV, we're heavy in New York, we're heavy in LA. We got some people in Chicago. That HBCU degree is different. That network is different. Like, I'm not selling anything because I can see it. I have seen what it has done for our players, especially guys like Noah Farrakhan. So I think that's important. I think that's the pitch. If you're a high school kid, go where you're going to play. Like, go where you're going to play. I think that's important. But I understand everybody's situation is different. And if they're throwing $500,000 at you, I'm not, ignorant to that either. And that's important.
How's that relationship been? Because he wasn't there long, but his impact.
Yeah.
No, we watching it through a tube, from a TV, so I can imagine the impact he brought on, because some of his stops wasn't great with the minutes, but when he got to Hampton, I saw him smiling, and that's like, as a friend, if I look and see you smiling, you're enjoying the game, that's probably the best gift. Like, that's the best gift you could get.
Yo, you hit it on the head, man. You hit it on the head. The one thing he said to our head coach was like, "This is the first place I feel like I'm treated as a human and not just a piece." So you hit it on the head. I coached Noah when he was 13 at St. Benedict's. He was an 8th grader, so I'd known Noah's for a long time. That relationship has been 10-year relationship, right? Coach Thomas, our head coach, was recruiting him at Providence when I was a GA at Providence, so he had a relationship with him. His dad, Hawk, shout out Hawk, but like, you know, I know him for a long time. So when the opportunity arose, it wasn't like bang, bang, like he had options, right? He had options, but he decided to believe in us for our first year, and he bought into, hey, I want to go and play. I want to play, you know, big minutes. I don't want to just be a microwave off the bench, and if I score, I score. So he bought into, let me come here and play, and then, you know, maybe set myself up to play overseas, which you guys see now. He's killing at 32 well in his first game.
Yeah, he's bugging out. He had a good summer league too, so.
Yeah. But I think that could be a challenge. Like you guys were talking about, like you get so high, so quick, so young, right? And then you kind of
got to reinvent yourself. That's all. It's like a new, like a job application. You got to go fill out for a lower job today. But
100%.
Just to see him, and that's why I want to give you credit for that, because some kids check out.
No doubt.
Some kids but just to get him, he reinvented himself. He was so locked in.
Yeah.
No, we usually see him most of the summer. We didn't see him much in that summer.
Yeah.
Because he was preparing.
Yeah, locked in. And he started defending, too.
Yeah,
he started defending. Yeah, he started defending.
Make sure you say it, because kids be thinking, Spicy, when you so gifted on the offensive end, to get Noah Farrakhan to play some defense?
No, yo, our season changed.
I know.
When he started playing defense. Changed. Like, him, all right,
Yeah.
bet. Because he was also like one of the top cornerbacks when he was an 8th grader too.
Yeah.
He played
so
football,
he had that crazy lateral speed. He helped change the trajectory of our program. Him, George Beal, you know, shout out George at UCF now. But like he really helped us. And yeah, I think kids need to understand you can impact the game all different ways. It's not just scoring, right? Defensively, if you can cut the water off of someone else's best player, that's you know, special. But the relationship with Noah has been great. I'm happy to see him going overseas, doing his thing, and I'm happy that he has a home. After going to all those stops, he can come back to Hampton. He can come back to homecoming when he's 64 years old and have a family, right? So that's important. And you get a unique experience at Hampton. You play in the CAA, but you get an education at HBCU. So you get best of both worlds.
And you ain't dunking no smoke.
No, zero smoke.
And I like the relationships, because you see all your stops.
Mm-hmm.
Coach never left you.
Right.
If you look at it, Providence.
Trust.
You went to Siena.
Yeah.
They went on. They didn't say, "Oh, nah, we don't want you back."
Facts.
Then they go to Georgetown. They take you.
Yeah.
Coach finally get his spot at a head coach.
Yeah.
He don't leave you nowhere behind. He give you associate head coach.
Right. Yeah. That's a great point.
Talk about relationships and how important they are, because you said the Noah Farrakhan relationship, but your life relationship has been.
Yeah.
It describes you as a person. So.
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a great point. I think anything you do in life is going to come down to relationships. But if you want to build genuine relationships, you have to do it when you don't need anything in return. I think you have to be curious, like, about things. Like, just you know, reach out and check in on people. So for me, with Coach Thomas, who didn't leave me behind, I was a GA at Providence. I left. I went to Siena. You know, wasn't making a ton of money, but, you know, if I had an open weekend, I'm shooting back to grab dinner with him. Maybe I'm going to a game with him. I didn't let 6 months go by and then say, hey, how you doing? I didn't let 3 years go by and then say, hey, can you bring me to Georgetown? You know, I say this a lot. You don't want to, like, knock people out when you're networking. You just want to jab them on the chin and remind them, right? Like, you just want to remind, hey, I'm here, right? And then how can you provide value? That's the best way to build a relationship. Yo, especially I saw this dude, you should go check him out, boom, 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 boom. It's not like, hey, can I have this, can I have this, can I have this?
Like,
right?
you begging.
Yeah, like you begging, right? So for me and Coach Thomas, you know, we would golf together, we would, you know, grab some dinner together, and I was trying to be consistent with my efforts. So in any relationship that you're trying to build, if you're trying to, even if you're a player, basketball's small, fellas. Like, we talk, you know, my best friend might be a D3 head coach, and you might be getting recruited and you're blowing him off and you're disrespectful. Then he hits me up and I'm, oh yeah, I know that kid. Boom, boom, boom. So you got to build relationships and be a genuine person. So I think for my life, every stop I've been to, I've tried to do that. Like even Coach Carm at Siena, like I built that relationship when I was at St. Benedict's, and Arnaldo Toro went to GW and played for him. Right, but the only way to build genuine relationships, I think, is with time. That's the main thing. Because as we get older, it's harder to build genuine relationships because people want things. You know, you have a podcast. Yo, let me get on. Let me get on. It's different.
And they see you got friends and they probably got kids and they be like, yo, you can recruit my son? Is he come to Hampton?
all the time.
But Spicy, that's what's good about our pod. No disrespect to nobody else pod, but that's part of the message. Like, we have a voice too. So if a kid is doing well, both academically and on the court, like we can make some calls.
Yeah.
Like we just ain't just sitting on the couch and just doing interviews, and we can make some calls, but we got to make sure we making the right calls because this is his brand on the line. And our brand on the line, so we can't. Yo, Greg, what's up? Yo, I got this kid, and he go through all them steps, and the kid ain't qualify.
No doubt. Like, I mean, you guys see so many kids too, and you're dealing with so many kids. What stands out for you guys, like in relationships wise? Like when a kid, hey, he's a good kid. Like, how do you stamp him to a college coach?
I feel like it's his family. You got to see the people around. Like Elliot Cadeau said on a pod. Watch your friends, like the friends you surround yourself with, because that's going to show you where you're going to go in life. Because you want to be a basketball player, but you chilling with a kid that's probably in the streets, probably a drug dealer, one already dropped out. How you going to stay so locked in? You already around all this stuff in life.
Yeah.
You're going to get distracted. You have no focus. But if you're chilling with 3 people that's chasing the same thing you chasing, I feel like you're going to be good. Like Coach Thomas, you got somebody to look up to because Coach Thomas, he was locked in on coaching.
True.
You knew where you wanted to go with the coaching.
Yep.
So I feel like it's always just surround yourself. Like, I didn't know I was going to be an announcer. I started chilling with Cha-Ching. He was announcing. I was a DJ. Now look where I'm at. I'm announcing, doing a podcast with my brother. So you never know what that relationship you build with somebody going to be.
But that's like the same thing with you and Thomas. Like for me and him, like if we shared meals, so any opportunity I get to put him out, and he got his own portfolio, what helps too. But if any opportunity I got, I'm always going to vouch for him first. Not that because he just check all the boxes.
Yeah.
Like he just like Greg, your coach will Thomas will look at you and be like, you check all the boxes. Why go down there? I don't know what I'm getting from over there, but I know if I call Spicy, this boom, 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 it all aligned, and then you getting the same product. But Thomas ain't gonna be like, I don't know about Greg, but yes, I do know about Greg because he did every stop, and he's doing it, and like he's not changing as he goes. So for me, is relationships. Like I'm a father, so I know like you got to be respectful, and always just work. Yeah,
you guys are on the money. I think people kind of overlook that sometimes too. Like, hey, I just want the quick fix.
Yeah, the quick fix. The quick fix is gonna have you strung out too.
Yeah.
That quick fix have you strung out.
Literally.
So I mean, that like you nailed it. Like just to have Thomas, that's like a father figure. It's like somebody you could look up, you could talk to outside of that. Like some days we might not want to talk about basketball.
True.
Leave basketball.
Thomas might want. You probably could call Coach. Yo, Thomas. You got a minute? And he willing to chat.
Absolutely, all the time.
Those are people you want to be around.
Yeah.
And all the stops you align, guess who's still been around, Thomas?
Yep. No, 100%. Yeah, but the quick fix in the NIL era, that's kind of like what's being bred right now, right? Like you guys are talking about the GM role and whatnot, and it's just like there's very few questions about like, hey, what's your academic program now? Or like, hey, like,
they ask about that.
Business is business. Straight to
how much?
Straight to how much. You know, like
straight
how
to how
much
much
and how many minutes. You know, where am I gonna live? Do I have my own room? How much? How many minutes?
And I think that's why you talk about relationships. That's why when Coach Akbar hit me right away in the DM, say, get my guy on the show. He wants to get on the show. It was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And that's relationships right there because I could trust him.
Right,
I
yeah,
know he's
sure,
not going to send
yeah.
me nothing bad.
No,
Like,
no.
he going to help the podcast. He tunes in. He's not going to want to watch a boring episode.
Right.
He want to inform all his kids. So I
Yeah.
know him doing that, but that's relationships because he could have said, I really like Spicy and them. They don't really treat me with the same respect.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
us giving him the love, he bring the City Rock kids out. And then
Shout out to the City Rocks.
Shout out
to City
Yeah,
Rocks.
That's why I had to make sure I shout him out because we talking about relationships at this segment. But
Yeah.
he put this together and it talks about relationships right there.
Yeah, 100%. And just like in recruiting as well, you guys, you don't know who can help you. I think that's your biggest point too that you just made. You don't know who can help you. You don't know who the random dude on the baseline is. You don't know who that little 16-year-old is with the camera on the baseline that might be talking to a college coach. Like, I talk to all the camera dudes on the baseline. I think they got the most juice out of anybody sometimes,
They do.
if I'm being honest. Everybody blows right past them. Nah, those dudes know what's going on, right? So you just don't know, and you got to treat people with respect, every single person that you come through, I think that's the main thing.
Being at Hampton, what has been the difference? Because you've been at a lot of stops.
Mm-hmm.
What has been your main adjustment now that you're at an HBCU?
Yeah. I would say my adjustment is getting people to understand that we're in the CAA and then getting people to understand how beautiful the campus is and the resources we do have. So you're fighting, you're battling for recruits, no problem, but people might still think we're in the MEAC, which is still a great conference, no problem. Or people might think that we're under-resourced or we don't have a nice arena or our weight room wasn't, redone and helped by the president of the Baltimore Ravens who is an alum. They might not know all that. So it's just educating people on the experience. They might not know that the president loves, basketball and sports and that our AD is on it with everything we're trying to do. So it's educating them, hey, yes, it's an HBCU, but do you really know what an HBCU is? Have you been to our campus? Have you seen it that it's on the water? It's, so I think it's fighting that. That's the adjustment just in recruiting. But I never feel like when I get up and I go to work, I never feel like, I'm driving to an HBCU. No, I'm driving to work. I got one of my best friends as our other assistant coach, and Coach Thomas is obviously, I'm close with him, and everybody at Hampton makes you feel like family. That's, I think, when people come there, the president wants to sit down with your family, and that's not every school has that, right?
It's true.
So you can't take that for granted either. So, but the adjustment is the education piece and fighting the stereotypical battle, right? I'm not gonna, that's definitely the battle. But once we get you there, and you're like, the first thing every time, especially the portal, because man, this all right, this on the water, oh, all right, So, I think that's the biggest piece that I try to fight. And I mean, you guys had other kids that committed to HBCU on the pod, so I think just in the Northeast too, maybe not a lot of people. There's not a ton of HBCUs up here, No. So got to get more exposure to it, and I think that's a main driving factor in recruiting.
That's why when we started this episode, I made sure I said this is a special one because a lot of kids probably don't know about HBCUs.
Yeah.
They probably heard about Hampton and don't even know where Hampton's at.
Yeah.
No,
That's true.
Real rap.
That's true.
Yeah.
So that's why when you do episodes like this, it's great. And I'm happy that we get to do it on this platform now that kids is tuned in because this is a high school platform.
Yeah.
And it's more informative for kids too. And now they can say, that's the associate head coach. He on the show. He giving us free game.
No
we don't
doubt.
got it. Now we gonna set up a visit.
Yeah, no, literally, and come check Hampton out, man. It's in the 757, it's surrounded by bodies of water, 20 minutes from Virginia Beach. You'd be surprised how nice and we talked about this. It's one of the top 3 HBCUs, if not the HBCU,
numbers don't lie.
In the country. So you can't minimize the network across the country of people. We're playing in Atlanta in the CP3 Classic. I got alums hitting me yesterday in a group chat wanting to get on a Zoom to plan an event to meet the team. That's 3 months from now, and they're already on it. I got people, we're going to Milwaukee. There's people in Chicago saying, yo, what's up? Come over here for post-game meal, boom, 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 boom. Obviously every school has an alumni base, but it's different because they know that you're rocking with Hampton, and they know you have options and you chose to come here.
HU.
Shout out to Chris Paul, because that HBCU event he put on is an annual thing. Like, he started it one year, and just like now it's like people look forward to that event. Can you touch base real quick about that event? Because like, just to have those 4 teams and they there 2 days and they just hooping, but Chris Paul giving y'all also a platform, bringing light to the HBCU. So you could touch base on that, because CP3, I met him at in Australia for the Olympics, and he the same guy. He the same guy. He never switched up. He the same guy on and off the court.
I couldn't agree more with you. I think just the exposure, I think number one, he gives us the exposure. He gives us the platform, what you're saying. Number two, it's in a different region of where your school is from. So you're getting out of the region. It happens to be in Atlanta this year, you know, and we have a huge alumni base in Atlanta. So he's given the opportunity for us to come there and put our kids, our student athletes around tons of alums in Atlanta. So who are you bumping elbows with that may hire you 10 years from now, right? So you're given that. Then you're given Hampton being able to be on, you know, a national stage on TV.
Yeah, TV games too.
Like that's an unbelievable platform for our kids. And you're giving the staff a recruiting opportunity.
Yes.
Recruiting pitch,
right? So like, okay, let's look at our schedule this year, right?
Mm-hmm. We're gonna get to that.
No, my bad.
No, we gonna get. No, you can talk about it now. You can talk about it now. Because you don't want to put the schedule together. So, you could drop some gems on the schedule, because.
I think because you brought it up in regards to exposure, like CP3 giving that that exposure in Atlanta, in a hotbed where our kids and our alums can help each other. There's no price you can put on it. There's just not. And then us to go into a home and say, hey, you're playing in the Chris Paul Classic next year, you know, or these are the opportunities moving forward that we may have.
But I think that's kind of the pitch, because when we look at events, some events, and no disrespect, when people put the events together, they're not long-term events. They be there 2 years events.
Good point.
CP3 is continuing to keep pushing the envelope. HBCUs, you see like a lot of the ESPN alum, they'll go on, and no disrespect to no network, but they'll go to different alums, Savannah State, stuff like that, and do like, that's big for HBCU community, because a lot of people only know like Kentucky, Kansas, all the blue buds, and they always forget about the HBCU. So
they do, and it's I mean, you got some more NFL guys coming back coaching, like, you know, Mike Vicks at Norfolk State, and you know Delaware State. They hired the Eagles. I'm blanking on his name now. Deshaun. So like just getting those platforms, just to get our kids and just have opportunities, because if you're at a mid-major or low major, you're not necessarily getting that type of exposure day to day. You know, I think that's important.
And it's really, like you said, there's not a lot of cameras for those. So now that those kind of events is starting to put you out there in the limelight, talk about that schedule. Yeah. Because you put the schedule together. Do you put the schedule, you're not trying to duck no smoke, or you putting the schedule like we just want to compete?
Yes, scheduling is an art. I learned that from Coach Cooley and Coach Blaney at Georgetown and Providence. There's a science, there's an art behind it. It's not just, it's very easy if you just to be lazy and say, oh, we'll play him, he's closer, we'll play this, whatever. But you got to be dialed in, because you win with your schedule, right? So, Coach Thomas and I try to really dial in on certain things that maybe, okay, maybe can we get that one, or can we get this one? How many home games do we want? So, but planning this schedule, it was a balance of okay, we got to take the next step. It's year 2. It's not a bunch of cupcakes. We want to put a competitive schedule together, and we want to make our guys road tough. So in November, we're on the road all but I think one game. So like we only have one home game in November, and we wanted to do that because we have an older team who can handle road environments. And ultimately, if you're trying to go to the tournament, you're going to have to win it on the road. So we built that schedule strategically this year to be on the road. And then different markets, get our young men in different markets, right? Like we got, coach gets them 2-3 suits a year, so they're going to be suited in different markets. Andre Julius, shout out Andre Julius, he suits up Ryan Clark, he suits up our guys, so he does a great job. But
Ryan Clark suits be all right.
yeah, so he does that for them.
Ryan Clark, yes, them suits be all right.
Yeah,
Like,
so,
we ain't about to lie. Them suits be all right. Them three pieces be like.
Yeah, it's tough. Our head coach and him have a collab going, so it's pretty cool. So our kids get that suit,
That's
and
dope.
we're playing in Boston this year. They're getting to the New England market. We're playing in HU versus HU in DC. They get to the DC market. You just brought up CP3. We're playing in Atlanta, and then we're going to All-Star Weekend and playing in LA. So they get to all those major markets to do. Again, for recruiting, you get exposure. What we just said, CAA, those kids go high major. Okay, now you're getting on a different platform of eyeballs on you, if you will, right? Which is important. But yeah, when it comes down to scheduling, you want to put your kids in the best position to win, but you want to be tactical in your approach.
Sound like y'all got some NBA scouts gonna be at them games, because no one ain't just get to the summer league because he know a Farrakhan, because he took a couple bumps in the road, so. Some of them scouts fell off, but coming to the events y'all have scheduled, they probably seen them again like, oh, this kid is a new face.
Yeah.
And then open up the doors. Now he overseas. So
yeah, I would agree with that.
How was that even in your pitch to kids to come to Hampton? Like, because you got the Chris Paul, so you could tell them like Chris Paul. You could say, yeah, we got exposure, but what type of exposure you want to tell them you got?
Well, here's what I'll say about that first off is like when you play in major cities, there's obviously different resources. So taking them to major cities is one, right, where there's a lot of scouts and they can come, tap in. There are scouts that come through our area, but I also think that there's not many things, and we tell this in recruiting, there's not many things left in life that you can do first, right? And if you can be the first person to come and take an HBCU to win the CAA and go to the tournament, you're probably going to get looked at, right? And by an NBA scout, okay, who's on that team? They're winning. This has never been done before. Now it's covered by the media. Now the alumni are back. Now the red carpet's rolled out for you. All that type of stuff. So if you can come and do this first, like I think that's the main thing, But then also the NBA scouts, they do come to, especially when we play some high majors. It goes back to scheduling, right? Like you got to put. Some people don't want to play high majors. Some people's budgets are high. They don't have to play high majors, right? So, but I think you should always play at least 1 or 2 high majors, because it also, okay, where are we at? Where's my team really at, right? And then also, maybe one of your guards has 27 and 6 and 4, and now there was a scout out there, and now he's recruiting. He's looking, he's monitoring your guy. It's all about putting your kids in a position to be successful.
Do y'all get nervous? Like you said, y'all got Boston College.
Yeah.
Guard goes in there. He have 24 and 8. Is you already thinking like, oh man, we's out in this portal, man. Like, do that ever cross your mind? Like, dang, he went like we told him about 14, 16. He go in there and shoot 6-8 from the 3. Like, do that like cross your mind? Like, because you got the G hat on also.
Yeah.
So you like,
I'm not
this
gonna
kid
lie.
liable to leave at the end of the year? How I'm going to retain them? Do you think like big games like that, or you just like, well, we just going to see how the chips fall? But I know some days like, he just went 26 of Boston College.
I would say at the end of the day, the game is the game, right? Like people are going to go, people are going to leave. Like at Benedict's, we had a saying, roll with, roll without. We're going to win with you or without you, right? So I would never feel that way, because I would say our staff did an unbelievable job identifying that talent and helping that young man build into having the opportunity and then executing that opportunity to do that. I'm not arrogant or ignorant to the fact that, someone's probably going to be in his DMs right afterwards or whatever.
Social media is a spicy dose. Social media, man,
They be like,
viral
moments. This kid right here.
Yeah, who's this kid? But that's what you're dealing with now. You got to be confident in your relationship. You got to be confident in what you bring to the table. And then you also, our staff, if you have an unbelievable opportunity and you can go make $500,000 a year, all right, man, I'll help you pack your bags. Come on. We're not like trying to fool you into staying for, less than like a half that or whatever, right? If you have a great opportunity, go. You helped Hampton take another step. But yeah, like you know, if they kill somebody, I'm sure someone on that bench is like,
Whisper on the handshake,
you know?
the handshake line. Yo, great game, but
You know?
be on the lookout. We gonna write you soon.
Yeah. How they treating you over there? They got some GA, you know, DMing them off a burner account. Who knows?
I mean, the voters, because this what me and Spicy do. We ain't scared to do no research.
Okay.
The voters don't really have some of your guys on the top half of that list, that first team-ish. Like, is it disrespect to the kids? They see it as disrespect, or it's like, all right, we just gonna show everybody.
I think they're just, I mean, for kid, if you're a competitor, it's a little like, all right, who's on this list? You might mark that down when you go against them. For our staff, we're straight blue-collar mentality. We have literally a toolbox that sits in every game in front of the whiteboard just to remind them, bring your toolbox to work. And
That's dope.
our head coach's father, he drove trucks for 40 years, moved them out the hood, no high school, only a high school, barely didn't even graduate high school, actually. So that's the culture that we bring here. Like, this is a blue-collar mentality. It doesn't matter what we do. So I think that these dudes are developed with an edge in the culture, and I think that they bring that edge to the court when rankings are out or whatnot, and that's part of building a roster. Like, you got to go into conferences, especially, with what type of resources you have. Okay, what conference is disrespected? Oh, that dude's doing this in this conference, but most people think that conference isn't great, but we see that he can hoop, because you guys know, you've seen thousands of kids. If you can hoop, you can hoop.
That's the best part.
So, yeah, I think we got a couple guys on our team that are going to be like, And then at the end of the year, dudes are going to be like, oh, wow. Like,
Especially, he got one from the towns, though.
Yeah.
And I think he might, with DJ, y'all liable. Because Spicy, we can't go to, like, bug out, because we got some friends in the conference. We don't want to ruffle no feathers. But
man.
I think DJ, it's the leap year.
Yeah.
Like, if you're looking for the leap year,
Yeah.
8-4, we expecting
Right.
15-7.
Right. Yeah, I think he could take that leap. I think, Jalik is a dog at the one. I think he can.
He's a hometown kid, so we always got to make sure home. And that was a sneaky situation.
Shout
too.
out Calvin Cage, recruited him to us. Had a great relationship with him and his family. That was that. But he's in the SWAC.
Yeah.
He's at Alcorn. Right now, you're going in that portal. Oh, they're a losing program.
Yeah.
Are they though? Because they got to play 9 money games to help support their
But people,
athletics part.
and that's the problem people don't understand about the SWAC.
No.
The
they don't.
teams in the SWAC, Mississippi Valley,
Yep.
they first 9 games is LSU,
Yeah, literally.
Mississippi State.
Literally, yes.
Like, we ain't expecting, but when they get the conference,
Yes.
then you see shifting the wins.
No doubt. That dude did a good job at
Yeah.
Alcorn. But you got to do your homework. Like you guys, you're not afraid of research. I'm dialed into research.
Yeah.
I'll use anything. I use ChatGPT, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, how are we going to become efficient, right? Like, I'm going to dial in. So, and you got to look at, too, when you're recruiting guys, say they average 15, where's that 15 coming from?
Yep.
Is that 15 when they're down 20 with like 7
Oh, yeah, I
minutes
checked
left?
that. Okay.
Like,
I thought me and Spicy was the only one like, oh, yeah, but he had 7.
He's still in the game.
He was down
The
30.
coach
Yeah.
Coach let him run it up.
No lie. So Jalik averages 3.5 assists, I think, last year. If you that means you had multiple games where you had 6 assists.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what league you're in. You're in a Division I college basketball player, and you're getting 6 assists. So that's kind of how we looked at that when you're saying about underrated guys. Xavier Long, who played at Canisius and was with us last year, just relentlessly worked hard in the gym. He got some recognition for an all-conference team this year a little bit. I think he's going to be a force. And then Christian Watson, who is a top 50 kid out of D.C.,
Got to keep it local. Got to keep some local gyms there.
And I try to meet up with Chris. He don't see it because we was in D.C. for Jordan Bread.
Yep.
I say,
Try to
how
pull
far
up.
is it from the campus?
Yeah.
Because something missing, all that.
Yeah.
All that happened.
Yeah. I'll make sure I let him know. He'll see this. But like C-Block, kind of like, Noah, but been a couple spots, top-rated kid, averaged 8 points last year.
This is get back time for
This
him.
this is time to go now. 14, like where we at now? Like this is for the money, right? So like I think we have a bunch of kids that are bought in. This is one of the first groups I've been around that are consistently early And what I mean by that is like we have multiple workouts in the summer at 6 a.m. 4 days a week, and these dudes are there at 5:30. Like, so that's
Locked in.
That's different to me. Like, and this team has been one of the few teams, one team at Siena, that I felt like they genuinely like each other, even when minutes have now been distributed. So I think that could be special.
Minutes, because you just mentioned minutes.
Yeah.
You ain't got to give the gyms like what happened in different locker rooms, but how the minutes get distributed? Is they beforehand? Because I'm going through that with my son. I'm like, yo, like, what's up with the minutes?
Yeah.
Like, I need to know, like, when I'm turning on the TV or, like, I ain't about to be sitting there watching a 40-minute game and then the coach gave you 3 minutes.
Oh,
like,
man.
we need to figure out, like, what he be like, yo, I don't know about the, listen, I need to know about the minutes. Like, is y'all distributing the minutes, like, prior to the season or just, like, coming to bulletin board? Oh, game, we got Boston College in an hour. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah, so I've worked for all different people, and I would say some people script the minutes, right? Like, so there's guys that want to script their first, 10 minutes of the game. There's guys that want to script their first half. You know, I've experienced that. There's other guys that just go off straight field. There's other guys that say, oh, this dude's been rocking out in practice. I'm going to, like when you're talking, this guy's been really good at practice. Maybe we go to him. Matchups, you guys know that better than anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Synergy.
Right. No doubt.
Oh, my bad. We ain't going to get the gems, but he's got to turn the cameras on.
Matchups, right? So, like, maybe there's William and Mary presses us all game long, right? Is a big lineup advantageous for that? I don't know, right? Like, so I would say it's different at Hampton. Our coach goes off field and he plays, like, you can go back and look at our
he played 10.
He played 10 to 12.
He played 10.
And that's
sure.
That's a back and forth with the staff, and sometimes I'm like, yo, we got to get to this 9 or 8, but like, to his credit, he's done that as a head high school coach, and now he's doing it as
he played
a high school coach.
10 in February.
Yes, he did. And his theory is like,
That's
it's different. It's
10 in
different.
February. Spicy.
It started to cut down to 8.
7. They get 6, 7 in February.
But we got, like, especially like when you have dudes that you think can and have shown you they can snap on any night. Like, he just feels as though that, hey, I got a deep team. Especially this year, we got a deep team, and you never know whose girlfriend made him mad last night. Right? Like, who got in an argument, who's got a fight, right? And they're going to be off. And now this dude's we had a kid that barely played last year, came in versus Delaware, had 16 points, and helped win that game, and barely played last year. So you never know, especially, if you're a high major and you got all these dudes and you're paying them, okay. But, like, when you got a deep team, you got to use those, right? Like we say at Hampton, you can't fight fair. So you got to figure out different ways that you're going to fight, right? Like, and we're going to wear you down. We're going to pick up. And he wants to get, he always says no one likes pressure, right? You don't like pressure from your mom, your dad, your girlfriend, whatever. So we're going to pressure you. So I don't have an exact answer for you. Or you might still have to tune in and watch a 40-minute game.
No. We see one thing with me and Spicy, we try to make it make sense. Like, all the guests we have on, we watch those conferences. We don't I got ESPN Plus. I'm watching all the conferences. Mm-hmm. We know the bigger conferences playing, but I don't mind watching, because we got friends that play in all the levels.
Yeah, no doubt.
We got Tahad that play in the conference.
Yep.
So we watch those games, and we see Hampton play 10. Like, it ain't that rocket science. Why not go send a kid there opposed to going somewhere else? When coaches get to February, they get tight. The minutes.
Yeah, but it's a great point, and I think not a lot of people understand that. To go and really, what you guys said, do your research. But you got to be, sometimes you just don't know, and that's okay, but you got to be, put on by, like, guys like yourself or whatever. Hey, have you looked at the minutes in February? Oh, he does play 10. Have you looked at the freshman? Right? And as a GM, and I'm presenting to families, I'm saying to them, hey, look at this. And then we show film last year of DJ turning it over, he's still in the game. Yep. Taking a bad shot, he's still in the game.
Play through the mistakes.
So we show film of, hey, we're not just saying they play. Yeah. We had a whole, 4-minute segment of, watch this 4 minutes, we're not even going to stop it, and tell me what you think. And, oh, wow, that's a bad shot. Oh, wow, that's a turnover. I'm like, are you noticing anything? And then eventually, oh, he's still in the game. So being able to play through your mistakes, I think those are things that, you guys have a large high school audience. Play through your mistakes. Are you going to be able to play through your mistakes? Did you go back and look at box scores, and do they have minutes that they give to freshmen? Are they playing 10 or 12 guys in the February or consistently? These are all things that are readily available to you that you can go look at and really make an educated decision on where you go.
See? Special episode.
Yeah, but Spicy, you said like you always say special episode every episode.
Because you never know what gem somebody gonna drop.
That's
so
true.
I feel like
I think
baseline
special
banter,
that's probably your slogan.
I think that's why baseline banter is so different, because it's like I'm gonna start every episode the same, because it's gonna be special regardless, because a kid gonna take away something from this episode. Like, it might not be the whole episode you gotta watch, but like we gotta watch them 40-minute games to see when the kid gonna jump in the game. You have to watch this whole episode to see what messages.
I think for us too, we getting better with dialogue. Some of these our guests too. We just not like picking somebody off the street. Yo, you coach? Come sit down. We want a message because our audience is younger.
Yeah.
We're not on a pod where we just talking to adults. We talking to young kids trying to make those decisions, and they parents want to know some of the steps. So we have on Munch. Yeah. We got you on, and you're a representation of your coach, and it's knowledge you giving back. Like we laugh and giggles on, we do the pod giggling, but we like pause sometime where we want to send a message.
Yeah.
And like, why not have you on to spread that message? Like HBCU, and there's ways to, you wearing two, like you said, y'all bring your hard hat.
Yeah.
You said y'all got the construction stuff when you walk in, it's by the
door.
By the door, you got two roles.
For sure.
That's like having two jobs. Like that's having two full-time jobs.
Yeah.
Providing for your family. You working 10 to 6, 12 to 6 in the morning. That's two jobs. Two jobs.
But it's rewarding at the same time. I think, for the high school kids and the parents especially, you got to go where you're wanted and needed, right? You guys talk about that a lot too. And I think there's little clues that you can pick up on. But it's very hard. I'm sure you guys are seeing this now. And even gyms I go into that I know the coaches, I'm like, hey, if you want me to talk to the kids and just tell them about the landscape of college basketball now, because it could be frustrating. There's so many good high school players right now that are either under-recruited, not getting recruited, or missing an opportunity because of this portal. So, like, if you're a high school kid right now, you just need to stay locked in, and you need to stay doing the right thing, which is stacking good days, right? And then you got to be tactical, right? What you're saying, do your research. What job's going to open? There might be a new head coach. Now have people like you in their corner. Hey, you just got the job at Smith University. You got to look at this kid, because strategy says I have to fill 14 spots.
Yeah.
So
and you got to fill them fast.
You got to fill them fast.
Because you got summer workouts, and it's different now.
It's different.
Before, you just like, they come in July.
We had to sign 12 dudes, I think, when we got the job. So stay in the fight, man. Stay in the fight, because there's going to be another cycle. There's going to be the high majors can't take everybody, right? There's going to be different ways, and then there's JUCO, there's prep, there's different options. But don't get frustrated if you're not getting recruited at the level, and don't compare yourself to others, because that's another thing I see a lot right now from parents and kids. Is like, well, he got this offer and he committed there, and I killed him. Okay, but maybe that dude's 6'6", long, and his frame is wide, and we could pack muscle on him, and you're 6'1", and there's different factors. You don't know what coaches are looking for in regards to their specific system. So don't compare yourself. So
this is like an episode where you look at your camera and you give a special message, because it could be a kid out there, an AAU coach, a high school coach, a kid on a team right now that think he's gonna make it to the league. Mm-hmm. It could be a kid in middle school, because these parents start bugging out thinking their kid is already going to the NBA. But I want you to tell them your journey as the associate head coach, GM, but how to get into coaching, because everybody think high school and they want to rush to college. Everybody's main goal is to get to college.
Yeah.
What message can you give or advice can you give to these people?
I would say if you want to get into coaching, and you're in high school right now, or if you're in college right now, you have to start to build relationships early. How are you going to do that? All right, you can write letters, you can work summer camps, you can get around guys like yourself, and then you have to ask questions. So like, hey, who do you know over here? Who can you connect me over there? And then you have to do the things that you don't want to do. The one reason I'm in college basketball is because I said yes to one thing that others didn't want to do. We were standing in a circle, and someone needed to drive Arnaldo Toro to Albany, and no one wanted to drive to Albany. And I said, I'll drive him to Albany. And that was for City Rocks practice. My brain went to that's EYBL. I can connect with EYBL people. Long story short, I drove them the whole season to Albany. And at the end of the season, right before Peach Jam, at 12 in the morning when I was picking him up from the bus stop at Vince Lombardi off in Jersey, Jimmy Hart said, hey, do you want to come to Peach Jam with us? And next thing I know, I was on the bus to Peach Jam. I shared a hotel room with Mooch. I don't know if you guys know Mooch, whatever. But I shared a hotel room.
Shout out to Mooch. Mooch gonna watch this and say, yo, why he ain't talk about me?
Yeah,
Mooch watch every
about the
episode.
story.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mooch. So I shared a hotel room with him. And next thing I know, I'm at Peach Jam. And then next thing I know, I'm a GA at Providence. And then the domino effect. So you need to say yes to different things that people don't want to do. And then once you get into college, you need to understand who do you know. Like, and then you know more people than you think. So whoever you know, they know 10 other people. They know 10 other people. And you got to stay locked in and grind. But you have to understand that in coaching, you're not going to make a lot of money and you're going to work long hours and you're not going to see your family for a little bit. But on the backside of that, you're going to be rewarded with impacting young people's lives.
Stay locked in. There's always other sides of the basketball world. Everybody can't be a basketball player. Somebody got to be a coach and change somebody's life. Yeah.
For sure. Absolutely. No, I appreciate it.
Now, we appreciate you.
For sure.
Yeah, like people don't understand. Like these the episodes that touch families when they don't really know which lane to go into and how to. So we want to just make sure they get the message. Because for me, like some of this knowledge, I'm taking to my son. Like, there's ways to get to those levels. You can't skip no corner. So
no, you can't. And I would say for your audience, if they, obviously there's NCAA rules on who I can and can't talk to and whatnot. But if they want to hit me up on Instagram or email, like no problem, I can, whatever.
well, we definitely collabing because we gotta make our way down to Hampton.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, we gonna be at Hampton. Ain't you? CA, don't worry about it. We love all y'all.
Yeah.
But this one right here is the first ever. So this is a special one. And I'm just happy we got you on the show because it shows the expansion we going in. And like kids is watching. And I was talking to junior college coaches because I never got recruited by Division I coaches.
It's crazy. I don't think for a minute, I don't think we had a Division I contact coach in our phone.
Yeah, so like I'm
So
happy that we can give this knowledge to kids because the world's ran by social media.
100%.
So a kid will see this before they go on the internet and say, let me go to Hampton. I need to get recruited since it filled out. Let me reach out to the. But they won't do stuff like that, and I think that's what hurts. But right here, this is gonna help because
you guys are giving back to stuff we didn't have, right? We didn't have Instagram or Facebook when we were in high school or whatnot. There's barely trainers. You go to the park of the YMCA and figure it out. So like what you're doing is special and it needs to be done. There's definitely a big place, in the community for that. And I'm excited to see, you guys grow and definitely welcome at Hampton anytime.
Man, you should have said that last week for the
For the homecoming.
Jesus Christ. Like, that's what I'm saying.
You definitely pull up.
You won't miss homecoming next year.
Yeah, next year.
Oh, no, we won't miss it.
No, you're coming definitely.
I've been to one homecoming, but
yeah, we need a homecoming episode.
I know how.
Sure.
I know Hampton is like top notch.
Yeah.
We got some friends there in Norfolk, so shout out Randy, NYC Prospects. He big on Norfolk State, so
hell yeah.
We got some friends that real heavy in the HBC community. So
that's one thing they take pride in that.
They take pride.
Yeah.
It could be 10, 15 years. Nah, we going down. I'm like, you still going?
Yeah, pull up next year, man. Pull up for sure.
Oh no, we gonna see y'all this season.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we going to games.
Yeah.
Well, we ain't them guys and like, we ain't going. No, we.
And they got a city game, so we can't. We
can't
got
miss
no
the city
excuse.
game.
We gotta make it.
We gotta make it to the
play
city.
Hofstra.
Yeah.
We could be in the middle, in the mutual, because we still in the city. So
that's all right.
We can't sit on the Hampton side now.
Right.
We might not be able to make it home.
But we might be closer. We might be closer on the Hampton side.
Yeah, we may be closer.
It's all love. It's all love. It's all love.
It's Baseline Banter. Shout out Coach Thomas. Coach Greg is here. General manager. You did everything. Jersey native.
Hold on, Spicy. Thomas. I know we're gonna put a lot of eyes on y'all now. Handle business, please don't make us look bad.
Yeah. It's championship or bust this shit.
Yeah, like don't go in there. You going 2-14 in the conference.
Nah.
Like we ain't looking for that record.
Yeah, because we last year we did this for high schools, and every time we dropped the episode, the team will lose.
Man.
And Coach Pat, your man, you went to school with. So
Yeah.
He was the main one telling us about but I'm just happy that we had you.
Yeah, man. No, it's all love. I appreciate the opportunity for sure. You know, we as a program. I know we're gonna get a lot of eyeballs on us, but that's
part of
blessing,
that's what.
You know?
But that's what we want to do. Like we all for the laugh and giggles, but we want to put the eyes on the HBCUs. Like we got friends in Kentucky, Florida. We got friends there.
Yep.
But we can't reach them on a call all the time. You know,
True.
like the HBCUs give us avenues to reach out and stuff like that. We having commitments on with the HBCUs, so we just bringing light to everybody.
Yep.
It's a win-win for everybody. So
no doubt.
It's your first time on the show, but it won't be your last.
No doubt. No, I appreciate that.
Oh, you got to come with company.
Yeah.
You got to come with company.
Yeah. We're gonna
Next time we do it, it'll be the trophy here.
We'll get
Remember we
Coach
said
Thomas
that? Yeah, Coach Thomas and the trophy.
in DC.
Once they win the
In
championship.
DC.
Yeah, when they win the championship.
He said they like the chances, Spicy.
Well, if they like him, we love him.
Someone got to win. Why not us?
Baseline Banter. It's that simple. What you gotta say, Cha-Ching?
We out. Cha-ching.